and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will Huskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we are back again Wednesday, and it is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket, and I can say home of the pot roast, Lincoln, Nebraska.
That's right.
I love it. Former Denver Bronco Terrence Knighton.
Do we have to play this already this morning, Nick?
Let's ride.
Okay. That was one of three.
You
teams.
must be out of your damn mind.
You just saw Broncos is all you saw, right?
I saw Terrence Knighton. First thing I thought was pot roast, and then I remembered Bronco. Then I was like, he's an intense coach. So welcome to Lincoln, Mr. Knighton. Let's ride.
Raff, I want to talk about this
Let's
train wreck of a ride that you guys are on in Denver right now. And I'm hearing reports, and I've been reading reports that they don't know if Hack will make it out of the season or if he'll make it. For sure, they say he's gone next year.
Yeah.
What would you say on that?
I'd say his chances of making it. Oh, I think he'll coach the entire season because it's such a train wreck. But him coaching next year, I would say, are probably less than 50%.
Well, have you seen what he's told Russell Wilson? Have you seen that?
I might have. A lot of the stuff I read.
Nathaniel Hackett on the Mike Purcell Russell Wilson exchange on Sunday, quote, "I've talked to Mike, I've talked to Russ, everybody's good." He also added this, quote, "I told Russ he's got to stop saying things like it's Russell Wilson time when his team is losing 17-3 to the Panthers. It upsets guys, and he gets that."
I think that was from a parody account, though. I believe I did some looking into that, but
so it's this Nick Kosmitter of The Athletic covering the Denver Broncos for The Athletic.
Yeah.
That's the one who
with their record the way it is and being Russell Wilson, it's been
Russell Wilson. Here's my thing, dude. Read the freaking room.
Yeah.
Well,
read the room.
just looking back on it now, it's
been a train wreck.
It's just frustrating. I think he just thought. I mean, just the fact that he's only got 8 touchdown passes and we're
yikes.
It's rough.
That is rough.
I guess we tank for Arch, I guess.
You know,
are we talking tank for Arch or tank for CJ Stroud?
Well, actually, they were talking what Caleb Williams. They were talking about him yesterday too. But the problem is they don't have really much. They have their 1 first-round pick from the Dolphins, but that'll be like a 20, high 20s pick. So they're in trouble.
You know, did you Pecan Pie? No, Raff did not buy me a hat to rock with my 80s jumpsuits. He didn't. I got a lot of hats though. It's hard for me to wear other than the baseball cap in here because you have to wear it like Raff was wearing his if you're not on a video stream because you can't put the headphones over. It's kind of hard to put them over fedora and be able to hear anything. But I got a lot of cab hats and fedoras, ones that my dad had and I got from my pops. Nick, I literally have hats older than you too, man.
That's sad. I used to have a lot of hats. Now I do not. I think I finally threw away like 3/4 of my hats.
Baseball caps, lids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
I can't pull off a fedora.
Yeah, you could, man.
I don't think I could.
When I placed this hat upon my head,
oh boy,
I felt the power of Paul Bear Bryant and AD all in one single placing.
Oh boy. I'm not sure what my power was, but I know Paul Bryan's was.
You always rock that. When you rock the hats, you rock the hats.
I like to wear them, man.
Or like the style. Like
dude, because I have a huge nose, man. So it kind of offsets the hat. They kind of play off each other, dude.
That's nice. I don't have. I just have a circle. My face is just a circle. I have no facial, no facial structure. It's just a circle.
A circle.
Oh man, I'm gonna ask the folks. I'm gonna ask you guys this. I'm gonna go to the text. How many of you watched the USA soccer game yesterday? Did you watch it, Nick?
I did.
Did you watch it, Raff? Raff's checked out over there.
I did not watch it. I get into the the ESPN updates. So like I'll like take a little time, then I'll watch it, then everybody's like 9 minutes to go, 9 minutes, longest 9 minutes in history.
Oh, dude, I watched it.
I can't believe they put 9 minutes of stoppage time on there.
You know, it makes me start to think sometimes they were like they wanted Iran to score.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
There's a clip we have too that I want to play later from one of the soccer players from USA. I forget Ty. I think it's Ty. I forget what his name. Ty Andrews. It was asked by an Iranian reporter.
Yeah.
Just some jacked up questions. A short clip. We'll play that a little bit later on, but it was good to see them advance. Now, I think they play, Netherlands on Saturday morning.
Yeah, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. USA is going to be a pretty big underdog in that one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, David, you did. Yes, watched it so much. Yeah, it was a ton of stoppage time. Bubba watched it. Yes. Yeah, I'm shocked they lost. Yeah, I'm not a huge – I started following soccer when my middle son Keenan started playing his junior in high school. I understand soccer, and I still don't understand a lot of it. The offsides one I always have to watch a little closer to really understand what's going on. I don't understand the set plays or anything like that, but I do know them dudes run a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. Little things about soccer I don't understand. I understand when you get subbed out, you can't come back in.
Come back in. I know that one.
I'm like, dang, you gone.
That's why it was such a big thing when they pulled Pulisic out. I mean, he got hit in the family jewels.
Dude, he got hard. That was rough. In the family jewels.
That was rough. He went to the hospital. And I know I read he FaceTimed the team.
He was back. He was back, and he was back in the locker room, I believe, too, or
so
back in the hotel.
Yeah, back in the hotel because he FaceTimed the team from the hospital after they won. But he said he's going to be ready to go on Saturday.
Ready to go Saturday.
So
tape him up. Tape him up.
Yeah, it was funny. I saw this thing on Twitter.
Why are you walking so oddly? You don't want to know.
I saw this thing on Twitter where it was like, Pulisic might not be a father, but he is now a founding father. And we're like, here we are. he just beat Iran.
Dude, he got
according to Iranian reporter, it's Iran, not Iran.
You know, we're laughing, which it's funny what happened. But what the sad part is, the Iranian teams, man, who knows what's going to happen when they go back home?
Yeah.
You know, you just don't lose and say
crazy.
Great job. No, I mean, they do some crazy things that are just such inhumane. It's just ridiculous. That's why I'm glad we beat them. But at the same time, I'm just like, man, is it? Yo, we talking about a game here, man.
Yeah.
It's nuts, man. It's nuts. David says second goal was not offsides. That was a bad call.
David, did you see the VAR, the VAR? The VAR shows that his elbow and his knee was past the defender, which is technically an offsides. But I was reading up on that, and the guy, the Fox Sports TV analyst that was calling the game yesterday was talking about how they usually give the benefit of the doubt when it's extremely close like that. They give the benefit of the doubt to the player on offense. But ever since they got this VAR where they can go back and measure it frame by frame and stop it, they stopped. And so it's one of those things like the integrity of the game. And it's one of those things like in baseball, for example, with
track,
at track, or when you have football, you can always make yourself believe something if you slow it down if you slow it down enough and you look at it and go back and replay and look at it. Same thing is going in soccer now, where with that VAR, people are mad because they feel like the integrity and the human element of the game is being forgotten about because they're able to go back into that VAR and kind of look at it frame by frame and make the specifically right call.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I see you, Bubba. And the sub and done is pro international rules. Yes, it is. And like I said, when I first started watching soccer a few years, well, I guess it's been 6 years ago now, so I'm not a long-time soccer guy whatsoever. I still don't know how squat about it. David says, yeah, new tech changes things real time. That's a goal, I think. And it is. Pecan pie coming at it early this morning. When you spend the kind of money you do for hairstyling, Nick, wearing that hat is just throwing cash in the fire.
I agree. That's why I don't wear hats. Plus, I gotta worry about the hairline at this age, so that's why we don't wear hats either. When you wear baseball hats for 14 years of your life every single day for the summer, that hairline just automatically continues to go back and farther back and farther back. So,
you don't have to tell AD that.
Yeah, exactly. So we're trying to
you wore all those caps growing up.
So now I'm bald.
Yeah.
Dude, I was going bald early though, man. I told you if I let my hair grow, man, I'd have a cul-de-sac. I would have a straight cul-de-sac, man, if I let my hair grow. And that's why I've been shaving it for so long. Brian on the text line says, please say this on air for me. Patrick Mahomes. Thanks from a Chiefs fan. Thanks from Chiefs. From a Chiefs. He meant to say fan. I'm sure because it's Brian. Raff, what do you think about that reference to the Chiefs?
I thought maybe he'd be like, please say bronze Mahomes, but I guess it's Patrick.
It's Patrick Mahomes.
They say he had a new son over the weekend, so.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Patrick Mahomes III. They're calling him bronze.
That's right.
Bronze Mahomes.
Let me see.
Maybe the Broncos can draft bronze. What's he got? 19 years till that he's draft eligible. Wouldn't that be special?
Who's that?
Patrick's son that he just had.
Yeah.
19 years down the road.
Yeah.
Broncos draft bronze Mahomes. There we go.
You know, there's been a lot. Some of the things, like I said, today we're going to talk about the craziness of the past 80 days. We talked about USA soccer. Nebraska men's got a game tonight. They play Boston College. We'll get into that as well. We're also going to play. We got some sound bites still that we did not play from the press. I want to get into that. What's that? What you laughing at?
Bubba, it says Caps don't do bleep to the hairline, Nick. No, they do. That's why. Yes, it is. Yes, they do. All right. But hey, Bubba, that's a nice head of hair you got there. Nice job.
Oh, Bubba.
I feel bad.
Bubba, just hey, you know, Bubba, there's that song called Frozen. Let it go.
Yeah. That's when you
let
just
it go.
Take it all. Just take it all. Just take it all.
Bubba, appreciate you, man. That hairline is doing its own thing. There's a joke, but I got to read it first from unknown texter 3688. I'll read it over the text and let you know what.
I thought it was one of AD's jokes. I was like, here we go.
Oh, you want to? No, we ain't doing no more turkey jokes, man.
Ooh, Christmas jokes coming soon.
We got some Christmas jokes coming soon, man. We got some Christmas jokes coming soon, fellas. It's been a crazy 180 days. It feels like 180 years in Nebraska football. 80 days. You guys, when we started this out, okay, so me and Raff started this, this time segment back in August. All right. We had high hopes. Raff, high hopes. You look at the staff. Yeah.
I think Frank Sinatra sang high hopes, and I got my fedora on today. So
you got to just sing it.
We erased all the predictions, but don't forget.
I know. I know what my prediction was.
I do not forget what your guys' prediction was.
Yeah, we were a tad off, right, Nick?
Just a bit outside. Ball 4, ball 8, ball 12.
I can still see us, man. As we're doing the names, and Nick's sitting over there just going like this with his head. You must be crazy. We got to play that for me. Hey, play that. As me and Raff were saying our predictions, play that real quick, Nick.
I will here in a second, but just go ahead.
So me and Raff, folks, are we're saying our predictions, and we said Nebraska should. And so we were saying 12-0. What the only thing we were thinking about was Michigan. And here was Nick's reaction.
You must be crazy. Good. You must be crazy.
And the best out of all that was I slid the paper over to Nick and I said he's going 12-0 on this.
Yeah, you called it.
Horrible.
You called it.
Yeah, we lost.
So we were definitely. Who was closest to the record?
Mark.
What was Mark's?
5-7.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and Mark got a lot of crap from all of us, DP, all of us.
Yeah.
And here was pretty.
That's why close. Mark walks around the studio in the morning just with a cup of coffee, that beard. A man of wisdom.
Doesn't say anything.
Doesn't say much.
He says a lot through his actions.
He just nods at you and go, "I told you, knuckleheads."
Morning.
A man of few words, but of much wisdom. Fellas, we look at the past 80 days, and I was thinking about this last night, man. And I'm looking at the craziness, even the past 5 days. How far away does Friday seem for you now at this point? The win over Iowa, how long ago does that seem now?
Quite a while.
So that's just not me, right?
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Seems like a very long time ago to me, but that was just because I did a day of flying, did a day in. Oh, yeah. It feels like a really long time ago.
So I had one of my frat brothers, man, that hit me up, and he is in North Carolina, and he's at Appalachian State is where he's at, and he's the director of something over there. And so he was texting me, he goes, AD, he goes, yo, fam, he goes, why is it such a big deal to you former players and just Nebraska in general that y'all beat Iowa? He goes, Iowa ain't really that good. And he was just asking an honest question. I said, here's the reason why it was a big deal for me. I can only speak for myself. Dude, we ain't beat him in 7 years, number one. No, I'm going to take that back. Number one is what I told him was this. I said, because those kids that left that field had never had a winning season. Think about that. They ain't going to no bowl game. Yep. Have never been to a bowl game. Yep. They knew every year they was going home for Christmas. Yep. I'll be home for Christmas. That was the theme, unfortunately, for Nebraska football seniors. Seniors or not. Yeah. They had never went because we go to the bowl games. I'm gonna tell you something, man.
I think we attacked that trophy harder than we attacked national championship.
Oh, bro, they went after. They was like, hey, they was hawking that thing quick.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
They were hawking that thing. All right,
we're on our way.
We're on our way. But every Christmas, man, we'd leave usually on the 19th or 20th of December, and we'd be kicking it in Miami where the bowl game was at. And then on Christmas, man, before we left, first of all, at that time it was called Apex, or Adidas or Converse. They'd give you this huge bag.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, so that was kind of your travel gear for the bowl game. Then when you got there, and Foreman in the black shirt, and VJ can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe when we got there was a huge duffel bag. I still got some of these duffel bags. I give them away all the time. It was a huge duffel bag just stuffed with gear.
Yep.
And then it began to change with the bowl games. They started getting video games and, consoles.
That's the thing is if you go to a bowl sponsored by Sony last year, they got the PS5. Everybody got the PS5.
Yeah. These cats ain't getting so much as a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Now, let alone a PS5. But so that's why that game was so big in that, because I'm like, these kids finally got to end the season with something.
Yeah.
Now, folks, don't get me wrong. Iowa's not the creme de la creme. So don't get me wrong. That is not the standard. It never should be the standard in Nebraska. I was happy for those kids and those coaches that inherited just a bad situation and at least got something good out of it. And the thing about it to be spoilers, because Iowa had everything to win. Everything to win. Everything. At home, senior day, playing the Big Ten championship. Only thing that lasted that night was the senior still going to graduate. That was their last time on Kinnick Field.
Yep.
So that part made me feel good. That was why I felt so good about it. Raff, your input, bro.
Yep. No, I totally agree with you. I thought, plus it was just a good uplifting win for the program. I mean, it'd been so long since we've had a victory that actually, where we took something from somebody else. It seems like these schools for all these years always take from Nebraska, and it felt good to play spoiler for once to let us play spoiler and take something away from Iowa.
And for it to be Iowa too.
Yeah.
There's this individual on Twitter, and I'll tell you guys off there because I don't want to give dignity to the guy's tweet handle.
Chris Raff 7. That's my tweet handle.
Man, my man is pimping himself.
I'm always giving dignity to my tweet handle.
That's wild.
Okay, folks, I'm gonna make the plea. If you're on Twitter, follow Chris Raff at Chris Raff 7.
Raff.
Chris Raff 7.
Oh yeah, all you big Twitter guys over there just think
follow Raff. You just got to clean up your following, and then you'll be able to
I did a little bit.
People.
I cut down like 12 people.
Yeah.
Okay, Curtis and Link has an interesting point. Did you ever think that by constantly beating Mickey Drum, you made it considerably harder to be retained by any new staff? Absolutely not. Think about it. Mickey doesn't need any help. Should have let him stand on his own. Don't forget about your credibility. Sure has taken a hit. Still love listening to you. Not saying, just saying. Not saying, just saying.
Yeah. I haven't.
I don't think we are the ones.
I'm not saying I'm the one. I think
we are all about Mickey being on his own. That's
you might want to call into the next show.
Yeah, I don't care what show you call into. You can call it to a different station. Curtis and Link, we always appreciate your input. But bro, here's the point, man. I consistently said who I prefer. That's who I prefer. I've heard from I'm not saying you. I've heard from people on there. They wanted Urban Meyer. Cool. They wanted Luke Fickell. Cool. They wanted Jeff Monken. Cool. They wanted the other guy from Kansas, Lance Leipold.
Chris Kleiman.
They want Chris Kleiman. Yeah. So, folks, I can care less. Honestly, Curtis, you got your opinion, and that's good on you. Mickey doesn't need anybody to stand up for Mickey. Mickey's going to be just fine, regardless if he's here or someone else. This is a business. Yeah. So I assure you, if the athletic director listens to our station and make his decisions, we got the wrong athletic director in the house.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Us, whether we say something, another station something, if they're listening to the radio to make their decisions, they should not be in their position.
First off, if you're listening to the radio to make decisions, you're not listening to my show, obviously, and you're doing a terrible job because I've had great ideas and you haven't followed through on any of them.
So Curtis, I appreciate the comment.
Stadium.
Yeah, so Curtis always appreciates
tear down
you.
Memorial Stadium and build a concourse.
Oh, not only that, but then kill Little Red. Yeah, the Rusty.
I like Little Red.
No, we all get one idea.
Mascot.
We all get one idea.
Oh, that's tough.
Yours is the
concourse. Why does Nick hate the stadium so much? I don't get it.
He hates tradition and history.
Yep, that's who I am.
Why would you want to burn down the stadium?
I just want a concourse.
You know what really surprised me about Alabama, though? Was they do not have a ton of luxury boxes.
Was it easy to move throughout the stadium?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. You know why? Because Bear Bryant didn't need no damn luxury box.
That's true.
But it was crazy. Is like if you look back on it, Bear Bryant played most of his games at Legion Field in Birmingham. It's so weird. I'm gonna find this out why they played so many games at Legion Field in Birmingham. Even if you look at it too, Bear Bryant's not buried in Tuscaloosa. He's buried in Birmingham. So I don't know if he lived in Birmingham and drove to Tuscaloosa every day.
Big UAB guy.
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of UAB, Trent Dilfer,
you're welcome.
Baby.
Trent Dilfer,
the quarterback connoisseur.
Nice layup there, Rico.
Thanks
for setting us up.
That was
Rico.
nice. That was nice.
He's like 46-3 as a high school coach.
Yeah,
that's what he does. He coaches quarterbacks.
It's better than Jeff Saturday's
which
record.
To be
or
as
Nathaniel
nice
Hackett.
as I can to high school coaches, going 46-3 in high school does not translate to being a head coach right away in college. I just thought.
I hope he proves you wrong.
I hope he does too.
Nor does a successful college coach transcent into a successful pro coach.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
So it goes all over, man. It's different
I was
dynamics.
thinking, maybe you go to like a quarterback, offensive coordinator or something in college, and then you for a year or two, and then you be a head coach. But
Maybe.
they're like, nope, you're doing real good with these high schoolers. Let's bump you up 4 more years. Does he take his whole high school team?
But you got to look at Deion Sanders. I mean, he wasn't even coaching high school. He was coaching.
Eric did not like your comment on
all-star teams. And then Deion was coaching just an all-star team, and then he made himself a pretty successful college.
I always say this when it comes to coaching, man, in different programs. And again, Eric, to your point, he chose to go with Jeff Saturday, who had no head coaching experience.
Hold on, Eric. I have something to play for you.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah.
Here we are.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Everything I do it big.
Okay, go ahead.
That game was disgusting.
That was.
Eric,
Najee Harris got me my second fantasy football win of the year, so that's all we care about.
And Eric, I didn't want him to play, but I kind of felt good to hear you play it again because that game was, like you said, Rico, that game, you guys, like it was a game of hot potato where no one wanted to win the thing. So it's crazy. Tiny Pig says, hey, gents, thank you for keeping it real on the show. We all want to make it a stand in some aspect. The hire has been made. Thank you all for being professionals. You have a voice as Huskers and the platform to lead the fan base of positivity and unification. And Tiny Pig, I'm going to tell you this, but I appreciate the comment. We appreciate the comments because at the end of the day, we can all have our preferences, but you roll. You roll when the next thing is up, this next man up. Because aching and moaning about it's not going to change anything. What's been done has been done, man. And so you just
constantly stress too, whatever happens, Mickey is going to be just fine. He's a great coach. So if he does not stay at Nebraska, trust me, he's going to land on his feet somewhere. So don't go into the world burnt earth that this is horrible if they do not keep Mickey.
Dude, I wanted Turner Gill.
Yeah.
This was, and I got this in my Husker history here too.
Mm-hmm.
I understood why. Now think about this, folks. I was like, Coach, why couldn't we get the job of Turner? Coach thought. Now think about. We're talking about my coach.
Yeah.
Coach thought we needed a defensive-minded coach better, so we brought in Bo. I was pissed we didn't bring in Turner Gill. I mean, furious. We didn't have social media back then. Not like we have it right now. We didn't have all those things. But I remember talking to my buddies, talking to my dad, talking to my brother, former teammates. Why didn't Turner get a chance, man? So believe me, but you know what? I wrote with Bo. I wrote with Callahan. I'm gonna roll with this cat right here. Yes, I want. That's who I wanted. But we're still gonna be objective when it comes reporting the news. And I think it's unfair when people think that you can't have an opinion. But I think there's a way that you can state that opinion as well. That's all I'm simply saying, man. So yeah. Oh, Kevin in Southwest Lincoln, Turner Gill, check his record at KU. He got 2 years.
Barely that.
He got basically a year and a half and he was gone.
Yeah, he was gone.
Tell me another place where you get a year and a half to prove yourself. He didn't even get a recruiting class cycle going. In fact, he barely got one.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's who I wanted, man. I wanted Turner Gill to give him that chance.
Well, it's crazy. It's like growing up, this is when I was a little kid. This is just the way I thought it was going to go. Tom Osborne, Frank Solich, Turner Gill.
Yep.
Like when we were kids, that's just the way it felt like it was already in stone that's the way it was going to happen.
And then Matt Rhule.
Hey, now you feel, let me tell you this, Rico. Now, when they fired Frank, Solich, the way they fired him, you talking about burn the place down? Chief, I was so, in fact, dude, I'm not going to say it on there, man. And I'm not just speaking for myself.
Go ahead, not getting your feelings.
The way they treated him was just, I mean, you talking about Bush League. I mean, that was just as unprofessional as can be, the way we did that. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of folks that don't know the story behind it. There's a lot of folks that do. I'm going to take that back. A lot of folks. But the way that they treated Frank, I mean, the man who had been here for years, man, that's why this business, y'all, I'm telling you, those who are in it, that are coaching, I admire the hell out of them because I couldn't do it, man. Because I'm like, oh, you gonna treat me like that? Watch this. Poof! Remember that movie, that part in Troy? Burn Troy! Burn it to the ground! I'm taking doorknobs. I'm taking an N off of every keyboard.
AD's like, oh, okay, thank you. He leaves a Trojan horse. He's like, he just leaves some there. They're like, oh, look at this. He left a gift for us because he's so thankful for everything we've done for him. Yeah. He hops out at night. I'm taking all y'all with me. I'm putting cases on all y'all.
Cases on all y'all. Jake, how you want it, Jake? Open casket, closed casket, Jake. I'm going scorched earth. So this is not the first time, man. Yeah. We think things go a different way than we thought they were going to go. But, and Thomas, like, I do get my feelings a little bit when we talk about Turner Gill because that man, like I said, I think one time, too, you want the best. And sometimes what we think is the best, it's going to turn out someplace else, man. I mean, it happens that way.
Ryan and Friend asked this. A fellows Ryan and Friend in your heart of hearts, does the Matt Rhule experiment work in Lincoln? And how long does it, if it does it take to turn this ship around? Give me your honest opinion.
You start with that. I got a lot of things I can
say. Here's what I'll say. So I'm sad to see some of these coaches go. It's part of the gig, right? And I was really disappointed to see Bill Bush get let go last night, but it's part of the gig. I am intrigued to hear and see what the staff looks like. I'm pleased so far with the hires of Terrence Knighton. I really like the Jake Peets hire this morning. I'm curious to see who else all fits it, and obviously Mickey plays a part in that as well. Do I think that the experiment will work? I think Nebraska under Matt Rhule in less than 2 years will get to a bowl team, get to be a bowl program. I think they will be a bowl team. Mm-hmm. However, history has told us that just being a bowl team consistently is not good enough for Husker fans. And frankly, I don't think it should be. You're paying this guy $9 million a year. Well, on average, you're paying this guy
premiums.
Yes. You're paying this guy $74 million over the course of 8 years, not to win you bowl games, to win you conference titles, to win you national titles, or to get you into the position to win. So if we sit here after 4 years and say Nebraska's best record has been 6-6 or 7-5, that's not going to be good enough, because Nebraska's they're going to see all that money that's been given out for a 6-6 record. Do I think it will work? I've started to come around on it over the last couple days that I think it will work. How quickly, I think it's tough to put a time frame on it, but that's where we're at. I think that's where I'm at. I don't know how quick it will work. I truly believe in the hardworking mantra that they're preaching. And I also believe that they are aligned with Trev Alberts. I truly do. I really do. And there's a lot of trust in Trev that if he's willing to put $74 million into this thing, then we at least, as Husker fans, should put some amount of stock into that, I think.
What do you think, Raff?
Yeah, I think that the sky is the limit for this new staff. I mean, he's a grinder. He's dedicated, to the job. And face it, for the last six to 10 years or wherever I lose track of just how, below average Nebraska football's been. We needed a change. We needed something new. And I believe, I look back to when they hired Callahan, and I was just like, I don't think we needed anything new. I think we could have stayed with the type of football we were playing, a physical brand of football, dominate the line of scrimmage. But then they brought Callahan in, and it was like, oh, we're going to throw the ball around, be West Coast offense. And, and we went away from what Nebraska was Nebraska. I think Trev Alberts, when talking to Matt Rhule about his vision for Nebraska football, I think Trev Alberts probably made it, apparent to Matt Rhule that, hey, I want a physical brand of football played at to be played in Nebraska. We want to be the toughest. We want to dominate the lines of scrimmage. You cannot do anything if you do not dominate the line of scrimmage. And it has to be done. Like this past year, there was no domination on the line of scrimmage. And that's why we struggled fiercely. When you start dominating the line of scrimmage again, you're going to be able to run the ball. You're going to be able to pass the ball. So there'll be no problems with that. But now it's just a matter of getting tougher. And that's what Nebraska's severely lacked over the last 10 years.
Raff, you spot on because you mentioned before it starts inner outward. You got to start inner, the interior line, you go out. I'm going to give my interpretation when we get back. And if I speak in Wilbur today, Wilbur Claytonia. Wilbur's how far from me? About 40 minutes, right?
Not too bad.
About 40 minutes. If I see some linemen, man, I'm like, hey, yo, hey, look at this cat. But I'm going to give my interpretation, my input on it when we come back.
This is The Drive, 93.7 Ticket.
You know, learn more. Thursdays with Kevin Meyer, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers says let it snow, because a white New Year's Eve could mean free jewelry. Shop from December 1st to December 24th, and if it snows 3 inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Holiday savings throughout the store. 36 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Shop from December 1st to December 24th, and if it snows 3 inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and I'm back with Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, you said to me earlier you have a lot going on at the dealership. Can you tell our listeners about it?
Sure can, Charlie. As I've said before, if you don't see a vehicle lot that you're looking for, it's probably on its way soon.
So, how many new Hondas do you have in stock or on the way?
We have a total of over 325, Charlie, with a great selection of Pilots and Ridgelines in stock right now.
Well, we have been talking about the Honda of Lincoln way buying cars for several months. How is that going?
People love it. We're buying all makes and models, whether they purchase the car from us or not. I mean, really, it's a no hassle, and we will pay them cash on the same day.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Served by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Sunny skies but cold temperatures for your Wednesdays. We see an afternoon high of around 35. Winds out of the west at around 10. Overnight, not nearly as cold with a low down to around 19. We'll see an increase in wind speeds tomorrow. South winds gusting over 5, but an afternoon high of 50. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's tailgate. Why would you bounce around from place to place for all your beverage needs when you could have it all in one place? Wine, Beer, and Spirits has everything for your parties with their 3 locations in Lincoln, Grand Island, and Omaha. It's the largest liquor store in the state. The best part, you can get a drink from their bar and walk around with it as you shop for all your tailgate necessities. Loaned and operated, it's Beer and Spirits on North Street.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934, and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Warhorse Casino Lincoln is open, and guests are winning big already. Get in on the fun at Nebraska's first casino. Try your luck on your favorite slot machines and join the Warhorse Rewards program for exclusive offers. The best is yet to come as we continue to build a world-class experience for our guests. Right off Highway 77 and West Denton, you'll always leave feeling like a winner at Warhorse Casino Lincoln.
Must be 21 or older to enter. Proper ID is required. Gambling problem? 1-833 Better.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
The most innovative ag technology that exists today, in one place at the Nebraska Ag Expo. Autonomous and robotic equipment, precision ag, commodity marketing gurus, and the brand new Engine Hub at the Nebraska Ag Expo. Come check it out December 6th, 7th, and 8th at the Lancaster Event Center in Lincoln. Register online at NebraskaAgExpo.com to get your tickets in advance and save $5. The Nebraska Ag Expo is sponsored by Farm Credit Services of America Direct.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service shop and retail store for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or their website, cpmercado.com, to see current deals.
The ticket and the ticket.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. Girls, them good big masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too high.
All right, everybody, we're back again. It's the drive on 93. The tip. AD is Nebraska next year.
Well, Raff, I think it was time to bring out Fire Marshal Husker Bill. I sense a disturbance in the force of Husker Nation. There's some that are a little ticked off. There's some that says, oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you're so fine, and you're Mickey. But, folks, there's a new rule in town. Sometimes you have to roll with the punches. But no matter what, whether it was Callahan, whether it was Riley, whether it was Frosty Guy, whether it was Frank Solich, AD's always rolled with the Huskers. I know the fracture. I know it's fractured in Husker land right now. Folks, all due seriousness. All due seriousness. Here's what I think. Like I said yesterday, there's that old political saying, trust but verify. And there's some of the texters that put some things on there, and I totally agree with you, because I think you think about this. When Frank was unceremoniously fired, it was like, okay, this guy's going to do this. People, okay, Callahan, he was just at the Raiders, blah, blah, blah. By the way, remember, the Raiders, he was the coach that called his team dumb on national television. And Jim Brown, those guys, was like, whoa.
Tim
Brown, not Jim Brown. Jim Brown would have been playing well into his 60s by that
Jim
point.
had been retired for a few years.
Timmy Brown said, whoa. And Jerry Rice were like, who you calling? So that was kind of a bad mojo right away. He pissed me off. But again, even with him, trust but verify. Well, the verification came out right. He couldn't get rid of his defense coordinator. We know the story with that. So then after we get Callahan, we're thinking, okay, Bo's going to come save this thing. You know what I'm saying? Bo had some great defenses, did great things. And quite honestly, I think he was screwed over as well, be honest. Now, there were some things that he did to himself. Yes, he did. I can admit that. But, now when it came to Bo, we beat teams we should, but when it came to equal or greater talent, we tended to lose those games and kind of lose them fairly big at times. So I get that, but still, again, I trusted and verified. I think the way he got fired, I think was jacked up. They said that there's a pattern here. Then we bring in Mike Riley, all right, the anti-Bo, if you would. Well, we know how that went. I still tried to trust the guy and verify, although I was eating a sandwich downtown at Good Sense when the name came across the ticker, Nebraska Hawks, Mike Riley. I I was like, who the hell is Mike Riley? I had to look it up, and I talked to one of my boys on the West Coast that says, yeah, great guy, but he's a 50-50 guy. You're not going to do well. We'll see. Nice guy, okay? But at the end, I trusted to verify. We're bringing Frost back. I was all on board. It didn't work out, but I was still on board. I had my preferences of who I wanted. Because even that time, there was other guys that I was like, man, maybe this guy. I still, at the same time, just like, quote unquote, my man Chad or whatever his name is on there. And I appreciate you, brother. Then beating the Mickey drum. No, I was beating the Turner gun, the drum. I was beating the Frost drum. I was like, I hope he gets it done. Listen, it didn't work out. The guy that I wanted on there, but you know what? Life goes on. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm going to do the same thing with Matt Rhule and the staff. I'm going to trust but verify.
Yep.
And to the point, because think about this: as Nebraska fans for the past 20 years, we have been constantly had high hopes, and been constantly been let down. So I think in the fans' defense that are not as optimistic, I get it. If you constantly been burned with all these expectations, I mean, I get it. I'm not about start rocking T-shirts and say all this rest of that. No, I didn't roll like that with Frost. I didn't roll with Pelini. I didn't roll that way with none of it. I'm not going to start because to me, you got to prove it on the field. Games in the fall are won in empty stadiums during winter conditioning, during summer conditioning, and during the preseason. That's when games are won.
We need a T-shirt. The drive rules the airwaves.
You can wear that shirt. I ain't wearing that shirt.
You don't want to make that statement?
And, I wouldn't wear a shirt with anybody. I just don't. I just don't. Because to me, guys, too many things can happen. You know what I'm saying? And to me, you got to prove it first, man. That's why, perfect example. Okay.
But the thing too, though, is give him a chance.
You got to give the guy a chance.
Don't bury the guy before he even coaches the game.
Yeah,
right?
I just can't get with
like
that.
If he does not bring back Mickey Joseph, I don't think that's a reason for why you go out and try and burn his coaching regime down or try. Don't be a negative. I mean, it's a business and it might not fit into the scheme that he's wanting to do. So you've got it. I don't know. I'm to that point where I'm just like, give the guy a chance. If he's going to succeed, let him succeed
on his own merit, man.
And if he's going to fail, he's going to fail on his own merit.
It's going to be what
it
is.
At least give him a chance. Just don't let whatever happens with Mickey decide how you're going to feel about a person.
You talk about being the greatest fans in college football. Prove it.
Well, I'll tell you what, and it's a good point, Nick. And I'm going to tell you this too, but you can't have an opinion. And I respect everybody's opinion, what you do. Mine going to be different than yours. Yours will be different than mine. That's okay. Yeah. I'm not going to say you're a bad person because you didn't want this guy. I wanted this guy. No. And you know what? The modern day social media back in the bowl games was the newspaper, the radio. Mm-hmm. In the newspapers, we got to Miami in 94. We kept hearing about how Miami was going to kill us, how good they were. It's like the modern day social media. Coach Osborne said, fellas, they have to play you on the field. I'm bringing that right now, all these years later. Yes, all these mantras and things going, that's great. I want to see what happens on the field. I don't care about the nice videos, everybody working out hard and all the preseason pomp, and we're going to do that. No, I don't care about any of that. I want to see results on the field. I'm going to hold him to the same standard that I've held every coach here before. And that's Coach Solich on, man. I want to see it on the field. I don't want to hear all this hype stuff. Speeches and pressers are great because you have to do that. It's part of the business. Yeah. I want to see results the first time I want to see it. And I'm not throwing any records what the record should or shouldn't be either. But I am saying this. When you pay that type of money, I'm expecting a certain type of end result.
We are a results-driven environment.
And that's where I mean Ted comes into play here as well. Something he says on the text line, especially if it's Mickey's choice not to come back. You can't blame that on Matt Rhule.
No,
the offer
Mickey knows it's a business.
The offer has been extended, period. I think that's very, very important to just remember that I hate to be this guy. We don't know everything that happens behind the scenes. We don't know the details of the conversations. We may hear things. You may hear things from message boards. You may hear things from janitors from Memorial Stadium, whatever. At the end of the day, we do not know every little minor detail. So to sit here on a soapbox and say, oh, it's all Matt Rhule's fault. He didn't come back. They didn't put in the effort. Yeah. This thing's going to fail because he didn't bring back one single guy. Remember what Trev Alberts always said. Now, this place will never not be bigger
than one person. Exactly.
It's
and the thing too, everybody needs to look at too with Rhule is I've yet to meet a head coach that does not want to win every game. So he's going to do all he can to put together the staff that he thinks to win the most games possible. If Mickey Joseph fits into what his, elixir of magic potion is going to be to win games, then he'll be there. And if Rhule has, somebody else in mind or whatever, then that's what's going to happen. But like I said, let's let the games get here and see. Let's see it on the field.
It's a results business, man.
Exactly.
Raff, you nailed it, man, because I want to see results. So like I said, I'm not getting behind any train. I support my university. And I always say that N on the helmet is bigger than any name that's in that building that is that coach, because it's going to be here well after we're gone, man.
Yep.
So my thing is trust but verify. That's what it is.
Exactly. All right, we'll send it to break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Like sports talk and TK for 93.7 The Ticket.
This there in one and robotic equipment, precision ag, commodity market, all in the brand new innovation hub at the Ag Expo. Come check it out December 6th, 7th, and 8th at the Lancaster Event Center in Lincoln. Register online at NebraskaAgExpo.com to get your tickets in advance and save $5. The Nebraska Ag Expo is sponsored by Farm Credit Services of America and Ag Direct.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether for my home, office, I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the fresh seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves the best lunch in town on their Stop at the Mercado at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics, 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is under the same great service before. If your current garage door seems outdated or isn't working properly, call their new number at 402-480-2840 to schedule service or get a new door ordered. Steve's can repair most types of garage doors and can always point you in the right direction to get the job done. Give Steve's Garage Doors and Services a call today at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and I'm back with Andy Goodyear, manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, you said to me earlier you have a lot going on at the dealership. Can you tell our listeners about it?
Sure can, Charlie. As I've said before, if you don't see a vehicle on our lot that you're looking for, it's probably on its way soon.
So, how many new Hondas do you have in stock or on the way?
We have a total of over 325, Charlie, with the great selection of Pilots and Ridgelines in stock right now.
Well, we have been talking about the Honda of Lincoln way of buying cars for several months. How is that going?
People love it. We're buying all makes and models, whether they purchase the car from us or not. I mean, really, it's a no-hassle, and we will pay them cash on the same day.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at HondaLincoln.com.
Time to replace your heating and air? Get utility rebates and big discounts from Bryant. Call 467-11 or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating.
There's a lot that goes into buying a home. Security Bank can help lighten the load. Whether you're looking for more space or a new place, the process easier, friendly, experienced mortgage lenders. And whether you're building new or remodeling the old, we have flexible financing too. Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 505011.
Imagine your next staff meeting.
Now imagine your next staff meeting with a side of ribs. Your next client presentation? Or that same client presentation with brisket and baked beans. It's better, right? Let Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul take care of all of your business catering needs. Feed the staff, cater your next event, whatever you need, Mary Ellen's can help. They can even host your events in their brand new event space located right next to the restaurant. Go see for yourself. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake or online at maryellens.com. Let them fix you a plate.
It's tailgate season. Why would you bounce around to a place for all your beverage needs when you could have it all in one place? Wine, Beer, and Spirits has everything for your parties with their 3 locations in Lincoln, Grand Island, and Omaha. It's the largest liquor store in the state, and here's the best part. You can get a drink from their bar and walk around with it as you shop for all your tailgate necessities. Locally owned and operated, it's Wine, Beer, and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
This message is for Shauna, my mom, who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish high school diploma and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out.
Welcome inside with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back, Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former guru of Husker football history, Chris.
5 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back again. It's The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We're proudly sponsored by Sand Hills Global. Sand Hills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. Boom.
You know, one of the callers on the texters, yes, unknown texters, has a son that goes to to Wilbur, where I'm going.
Wilbur.
But it's actually going to be at Sokol Hall, is where I'm speaking at. It's in Wilbur, and it's going to be for high school leadership, Leaders Ag Day, Farmers Cooperative. I'm going to talk about spreading the seed.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
AD's out doing work.
So you're going to be out there talking. But it's going to be speaking for these young student leaders from across the area there in Wilbur today at Sokol. So I'm looking forward to that. And the reason why I'm looking forward to the most, guys, because I love speaking with young people too, man. It's a lot of fun. And then it's obviously number 2, there's no airplanes involved. I don't have to get on the airplane. I don't have to worry about an Uber, none of the rest of that. Unknown texter. So I wanted to answer that for you. So unknown texter goes, oh gosh, come home. Whoever unknown text. Ironic to hear a group of guys who continue to make one guy bigger than the program say no one person is bigger than the program. No, come on.
Who are we saying is bigger than the program?
No one has said that. We simply said each one, and all of us have different preferences a little bit. No one said that anyone is bigger than the program. There is no one bigger than the program. No. Well, I simply stated my preference, but never said, well, it's got to be Mickey because he's bigger than the program. No. I wouldn't care if Mike Tomlin. Okay, Mike Tomlin came back. I would. No. No one person is. An unknown texter, Osborne, that's your opinion. That's your opinion, unknown texter. And that's okay to have one. That's my whole point. It's okay for you to have that opinion and for us to have one. But yet I'm still going to support whoever that person may be. So, but I want to change. I want to change cycles here real quick. We're going to come back to this. You know, talking about, humility. Okay. Thomas and Lincoln, there you go.
I did hear about it. I did. The seed doesn't grow unless it's in the right soil.
Yes,
that's what that Rhule said on Monday.
He was listening, AD.
I was listening too. I was like, oh, I'm going to use it in the show. Thomas and Lincoln says, I like how we haven't talked about Rhule talking about fertilizing the seeds during the press conference. I'm telling y'all, man.
I'm wondering if this is I'm wondering if this is the right quote, because this is anyone can lead when it's going well. This will require work. I don't know if this is the right one, but if it is, I hope it is. Here we go.
Yes.
If there's one thing I've learned in the last couple of years after my foray in college in the National Football League, it's that anybody can lead when things are easy. That's convenient leadership. Who steps up when things are hard? Who stepped up for this team in the middle of the season when the coach is gone and guys can go either way? Like, who steps up when we haven't had the success as a program that we want? Who's going to step up and fill the void, stand in the gap? And I'm honored that I've been chosen for that. And I'm just one small piece of it. Leadership isn't just a position. It's a way of life. And I hope, and I'll start today, I can promise you this, I'm going to rip this suit off sometime tonight, and I'm going to go back to my office, and I'm going to start to recruit, and I'm going to start to do all the things. But I am honored to say that I have a chance to lead this football program.
Okay, so not the right quote, but still one of my favorite quotes from there, from that. I mean, that
you know what, guys?
Where he's like, the seed doesn't always grow. It has to have the right soil.
Yeah. And you know him being the son of a preacher, man.
Yeah.
Me and my dad being that's a script. That's a passage, man.
Yeah.
It's about the seeds, where the seed is planted. It's got to be planted in the right ground, and it's the truth. It's a powerful illustration of what we're doing right now. And just in life in general, Become Pie says, AD, Uber can take you to Wilbur so you can relax in the heated leather back seat of your Uber Black XL while enjoying your scotch on the rocks and a hot towel.
First class.
If I'm drinking scotch on the rocks to go speak to high school kids, I've got some issues, man.
Walk out on stage.
Pecan, you a fool, man. You a fool, Pecan Pie. Speaking of reverse this. I really want to mention this in when we talk about decorum, because I'm gonna tell you this, man. That's something that's as I go over the Twittersville and everything that's that's transpired here in Nebraska in the past number of days with coaches wins, etc., and just the kind of the uneasiness, if you would. There need to be some calm. This guy right here handled it with some class in the Olympics. Gosh dang it, I put my notes where the guy's first name was for
Taylor something.
Tyler, I think.
Yeah, it's Tyler Adams.
Tyler Adams. He was basically the premises of it is he was being interviewed by a reporter. I'm going to let him say the name because it'll come on here in a second. And the reporter was kind of a punk. I'm just going to be honest with you. And I'm not sure if I would have handled it as well as was much grace as this young man here. Take a listen.
On the mispronunciation of your country. That being said, there's discrimination everywhere you go.
Okay, so let's restart it.
Yeah, if we could, please.
Okay, so here we go.
My apologies on the mispronunciation of your country. That being said, there's discrimination everywhere you go. One thing that I've learned, especially from living abroad in the past years and having to fit in different cultures, is that in the U.S. we're continuing to make progress every single day. I grew up in a white family with obviously an African American heritage and background as well. So I had a little bit of different cultures, and I was very, very easily able to assimilate in different cultures. So not everyone has that ease and the ability to do that, and obviously it takes longer to understand. And through education, I think it's super important. Like you just educated me now on the pronunciation of your country. So it's a process. I think as long as you see progress, that's the most important thing.
You guys, I don't want to get you. The reason why it's because the beginning, the reporter basically, he said it's not pronounced Iran, it's pronounced Iran.
Yeah.
That's how the reporter, and he goes, and basically in your country, he goes, how do you feel as a black man, living in a country to where blacks are discriminated against so much? I mentioned BLM, etc., and just how do you feel playing for representing a country like that? And he goes, by the way, it's pronounced Iran, not Iran, or Iran, not Iran. Yeah. But the way it wasn't, just in the way I'm looking at it, I seen that, I'm like, oh, he a better man than me.
Yeah,
he better, because I might not even answer this question, but the way that he handled that with dignity and class, I think is something when you look out throughout Twittersville right now in the social media, just the maliciousness that goes on. I'm like, folks, there are bigger issues in life. It doesn't mean we can't have an opinion, have spirited to debate, but when it becomes malicious and you're attacking a person rather than the issue, we got a problem. There's just so much bigger things in life, man. Thoughts.
Yeah, no, I thought he handled it really well. It was one of those things that, it went throughout the Twitter sphere. And rightfully so. I thought it was a little snarky how the reporter was like, figure it out. he was a little snarky about it. However, I think it was interesting how the reporter tried to tie that with race.
And then the mispronunciation of his own country.
Yeah,
like, dude, what's your point?
I was curious what the initial, like, the actual question and the intent was. But I thought, I mean, Tyler Adams, I mean, give him credit, because here you are on soccer's biggest stage, playing for a national team, and you answer it with class, and you're still somehow respectful despite, being.
And that's a key word
ridiculed.
too that you say. It was a soccer press conference.
Yeah.
Why are you subjected to having to answer a question about pronunciation of a country and a race question? It's like another time, another place. Here we're celebrating, the second greatest game in the world. Or maybe it's the best first. I don't know.
All about opinion.
Ted Wright's probably like, that's the one.
The best in the world. Get it right,
ever.
Raff. Don't you let me come down to that station, Raff.
But here you're celebrating, all these great games and what is taking place, and then you turn it into something political. It's just like, let it be sports. Let people enjoy. Why does everybody always have to be so negative about everything? Yes, the world has negative in it, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot of positive in it.
That's right.
I get so frustrated all the time with it's always talk about the negative, but there's still a lot of really great people and a lot of great things out there. And I want more of that. That's my rant for the day.
Raff, you're spot on, man.
Wrath of Raff.
That was it. That was a Raff. I had my notes last time. I was with my notes. I was up about, I don't know why I was up to 30, but I was like, we need a Raff, the Wrath of Raff. And that was spot on, Raff. Folks, I mean, we talk about sports. We talk about a lot of things. At the end of the day, the way that you feel totally depends on your attitude. Because some of you listening right now that are going through some crappy things right now. In fact, just last night, high school friend of mine, and I'm going to say it on the air, Carrie Lyons Cobbler and her family. We went to high school together. Some other buddies, since 9th grade. Not sure how much longer she's going to be here. Raff, you've been through that. 48 years old, man. Yeah. And sometimes people wonder why that they're 80. Don't seem like a lot bothers you. Man, yes, there is. Raff knows. Nick knows now more. We've been together. And my close circle knows there's a lot of things I go through that I'll post that I don't say necessarily, because if I talked about everything I'm going through, I'd be in a pretty bad mood quite a bit. And so would you. I mean, everybody's going through something, man. So I wanted to bring that clip up because it brings some levity and some perspective to what's really going on in the world, man. It's what we focus on, Bruce Davis, Raff, he says, Raff, I'll follow you. Raff's got this is campaign Twitter for Raff.
Yeah.
At Raff, what is your handle?
Chris Raff 7.
Not even sure if I follow you. Who is it? No, I do.
Oh, that's like Nick.
No,
that was Nick last week.
I follow you, dog.
Yeah, I know.
You know I do, dog.
I follow you now.
2 weeks ago.
We've said
Nick's like, got some good news and I got some bad news. Well, what's the good news? You got a new follower.
We're sitting at.
What's the bad news? I was never following you.
We're sitting at Jake's, and Raff was like, "Yeah, I tweeted out about something," and I was like, "Oh, let me look at it." And I was like, "Oh, wait, Raff." I was like, "Guess what, man? I didn't follow you."
Got some good news and I got some bad news,
but it's okay. It's okay. We've settled it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read a few texts before we take a break. Seed has to land in fertile soil. That's right. Absolutely. Jeremy the Grill Master. Pecan pie. Well, the scotch on the rocks will be for the ride home, AD. I'm with you, I'm riding with you, PP. I'm riding with you, dog. Oak Valley Husker. I'm not.
Wait a minute.
I should have said ride. Dang it, Raff. You let me ride with it. I should have said that.
No. That's not what. Wait. What? Rico and I both looked at it. I'm with you, PP.
Oh, PP, pecan pie.
Oh, pecan pie.
Look
at Rico. This is what Rico does.
Rico's mind's always in the gutter,
He's
man.
Always in the
you always
gutter.
get that look over there. What'd you say, dog?
Yeah, Rico's always like that, man.
Oak Valley Husker says, I'm not a public speaker, so if I'm going to speak to high school kids, I'll need some scotch on the rocks. I'm going to tell you, Oak Valley Husker, when I was in Oklahoma 2 weeks ago, there was probably, I don't know, there's a lot of people in there. The one before that was in Idaho not too long ago. There's probably, 3,000 students in this one. Dude, I'm nervous before every talk. So radio is difficult, but I can't see anybody. So Rico, what you gonna say, dog?
Are we just not worried about phrasing anymore?
Fertilizer, PP. What else?
Oh no, just the phrasing of that sentence.
What's a comma?
Maybe because my mind is not in the gutter like yours. So when I say
look, man, I'm in the middle of doing some volleyball research, and I just hear I'm riding with you, PP. Phrasing.
See, See, when you get 48, my age, man,
Yeah.
there's certain things, certain phrases, you don't think anything dirty about it.
Yeah.
Rico's that young whippersnapper,
Yeah.
testosterone going crazy. You know, they always think of something just off the hinges.
Young
you know,
whippersnapper.
young whippersnapper.
Turn 30 next year.
I turn 30 next year. Again, I have jumpsuits older than you, dog.
That's not my fault.
That's
Maybe you
not
should get
my
some new
fault.
jumpsuits.
Yes, Pecan Pie, you should follow that Twitter.
Yes.
That's a beautiful Twitter account right there.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to seek it out. Kmart Steve says the sad part is that we have to seek out positivity in life and that it takes work that a lot of people aren't willing to do. Brother, Kmart Steve, you're spot on. I'll tell you what, we got to work anyway. Being negative takes work.
Yep.
Being positive takes work. So you got to
Yep.
choose your work.
Yeah.
You got to choose your difficult. You know, it's always going to be difficult at times. You got to choose yours. And then Thomas and Lincoln says, oh, here we go. Just like Nick, not getting.
Oh, dude. You guys, okay, so
I know he's going with
you guys got okay, so you guys gotta know.
Give me a background, man, if you can. On the air.
The Dingling Bar is the bar in Raymond, Nebraska.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
It is a great place. I love
Billy. I
the
think it
bar.
was Billy Diekman. I think ripped the door off it back in the 90s. I think he got in a bar fight. That was pretty cool.
Who did?
Seriously.
Billy Diekman.
Seriously, if you ask people on the text line the name of Raymond's bar, or the bar in Raymond, Nebraska, they're gonna say it's the Dingling Bar.
Yeah.
It is. Go ahead, Rico.
Nick, big fan of Dingling.
There he goes.
Of the Dingling Bar.
There goes Rico. Mine in the gutter. Unknown texter 7092. We're going to take a break here in a second, but he says here, thanks, AD, for coming out to our small town. There is a meat market around the corner from Sokol Hall named Carpesix. I could be mispronouncing that, so forgive me. Named Carpesix Market. They got some delicious beef. Oh, they got beef jerky and other delicious smoked meats there as well. Just FYI, man, I'm about to go there and get me some smoked meats. And Wilbur, Claytonia, I'm going to be at Sokol Hall speaking for some students at 1 o'clock today. Can't wait. We're going to take up. What's that? What are you going to say today?
You come by, but I can only follow one of the two of you. So which one should I follow?
Oh Lord.
And he sent in AD's. He sent AD's Twitter.
Oh man.
Why can't you follow both?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Look.
Wait. It's just the ding. No, the sign outside says the ding-a-ling.
The ding? Well, probably in
See, Fred.
in today's new world, maybe they can't say ding-a-ling no more.
Maybe that's the case. Fred
Maybe you can just
Hoiberg
say
says the
ding.
Ding-a-ling Bar has the best prime rib
ding.
around.
Ding, 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 ding.
Is everybody out here just adding a ling?
Ding,
Is that what we're doing?
Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling.
We're going to break.
I'm curious.
All right, let's go to break.
Does Pecan Pie follow me? Oh, okay. We sent us to break, Raff.
93.7, the ticket.
This is your high school minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. Here is your state football championship recap. In Class C1, number 2 Pierce dominated the number 1 Aurora 42-14. In Class B, the number 1 Bennington Badgers took down number 2 Gross Catholic 38-14. And in Class A, play a cleaner game. 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at EDU with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
Tractor Supply Distribution Center in Waverly is having a hire event this Friday, December 2nd and Saturday, December 3rd. Stop by between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Friday or from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday to learn more about their opportunities for your next career. Interviews will be conducted both days. Wages grow up to $20 per hour. Make plans to attend Friday or Saturday at 12851 Dover Street in Waverly. And if you can't make it, you can always apply at tractorsupply.jobs or text Tractor DC to 25000. Tractor Supply, for life out here. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics, 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is Jay Stoll with American Senior Benefits. Tune in to our show, The American Senior Benefits Family Hour, Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. We'll help you navigate the tricky world of insurance options for seniors and others in need, as well as talk about how you can get involved. We'll see you this Sunday morning at 7 a.m.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is under new management, but has the same great service as before. If your current garage door seems outdated or isn't working properly, call their new number at 402-480-2840 to schedule service or get a new door ordered. Steve's can repair most types of garage doors and can always point you in the right direction to get the job done. Give Steve's Garage Doors and Services a call today at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and I'm back with Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, you said to me earlier you have a lot going on at the dealership. Can you tell our listeners about it?
Sure can, Charlie. As I've said before, if you don't see a vehicle on our lot that you're looking for, it's probably on its way soon.
So, how many new Hondas do you have in stock or on the way?
We have a total of over 325, Charlie, with a great selection of Pilots and Ridgelines in stock right now.
Well, we have been talking about the Honda of Lincoln way of buying cars for several months. How is that going?
People love it. We're buying all makes and models, whether they purchased the car from us or not. I mean, really, it's a no hassle, and we will pay them cash on the same day.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. It's The Drive on 90. We are back about the ding thing. Not getting follows from Pecan Pie.
Yeah, Pecan Pie is.
He follows Rico, but he doesn't follow us. I mean, this is so upsetting.
Which is really questionable. I mean, we gotta reset our
Rico's
our,
happy.
Our parameters here. I mean, come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Let me see.
I'm the GOAT. What are you talking about?
Rico, that is exactly why people need to
follow me more. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the only one offering actual volleyball coverage.
Well, alrighty then.
Would you like us to?
Hey, hold on.
I want to see you guys at some matches. That's what I want to do.
You know what, dude? I understand it because you interpret it for me, bro.
You don't have to understand it.
I understand good volleyball. I don't understand all the. I don't understand all the stats.
Look, hey, you want to know something funny?
I would go to the.
I barely understand it. My wife helps me out a lot.
Here's the deal,
you
guys.
do a hell of a job.
I would go to the NCAA tournament, but then Rico would get mad at me because I'm only going to the NCAA tournament.
I wouldn't get mad at you. Also, you can't because the deadline is passed.
So
no, I don't need tickets. I got tickets.
It's funny. So
no tickets. I was talking media access.
Yeah, no,
you had to apply for this.
I got the email yesterday, and they were like, I saw it at like 12:23.
Yeah,
and they were like, deadline closes at noon on Tuesday.
Yep.
I'm like, I can't even do it if I wanted to.
So when is the first volleyball game?
Thursday.
Okay, so you've got Boston College tonight at Nebraska for basketball. You've got volleyball Thursday.
Miami versus Kansas to start. And then at 7 o'clock, no earlier than 7 o'clock, Nebraska plays Delaware State. Tomorrow.
Thursday.
So do you bring Matt Rhule out for both events, or do you just bring him out for one?
Just basketball.
Just basketball?
Just basketball.
I bet Matt. I bet Matt Rhule is at basketball tonight. Boston College.
I'm sure he'll go to the volleyball game. I don't think you take him out though.
8:15 tonight. Late tip-off.
I would assume they'll do some sort of introduction for him tonight, like they did with Frost when the scoreboards froze up.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, they did.
What do they do for Rhule?
A ruler.
What's the?
A
Yeah, I was
ruler.
say what's the graphic?
Rick the ruler.
A bunch of rulers drop from the ceiling.
Rulers. Everybody gets a ruler.
Oh, another song, old school song. Y'all already born yet? If I rule the world.
I love that.
Tell me, baby.
I have heard that one.
That came out in the movie. What was that one called? It wasn't Breaking. It was it was Crush Groove. Movie called Crush Groove.
Crush Groove.
And it also had this artist in here who we're going to play right now. Tell me if you know who this artist is from 1987. Here we go.
On board. The night train.
How you like me now?
No, don't do that. That's not a good idea if you wave your hands. Let this song ride. I'll let that ride.
On my tape on, then I'll watch you 3 seconds later. I got you shaking your head, dancing instead of sitting. The rhymes kick, the beat's hitting you just like a home run, slamming like slam dunk. Ride the wave, James Brown, K-Funk. It happened to James like it happened to me. How you think it feel to see another MC get paid? Using my rap style, and I'm playing the background. Meanwhile, I ain't with that. You can't forget that. You took my style.
Here it comes.
I'm taking it back, coming back like Return of the Jedi. Sucker MCs in the place that said I could only rock rhymes and only rock crowds, but never rock records. How you like me now?
I think I have to be out on that one.
Kumo D. Yes, Ryan got it in there. Kumo D. Kumo D came
How
with
you
it.
like me now?
How you like me now? Mexi Fry says, AD, you need to play some of your stuff from high school. We're going to totally start rocking that. Because you know what? You could play music from my high school genre on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of music today in hip-hop, you play on the radio. Because the whole thing is you'd be playing the dump button for most of the whole song. But them cats used to come with it right there, man. They used to come with it. Yes, that's right. That's right, Ryan. You got it, baby. Kumo D, baby. KMD, Kumo D. You got it. Why did I play? Oh, Funky Cold Medina. Claytonia John says, yeah. Funky Cold Medina. Why did I play that song? Because in 1987, that was one of the biggest rap R&B songs that was out. And the thing about 1987, this week in Husker history, a week after a deflating loss to Oklahoma, Keith Jones rushes for 248 yards as Nebraska dominates Colorado in Boulder. How You Like Me Now was the song going on in that time.
Zone Jones.
What was his code name, Raff?
In Zone Jones.
In Zone Jones, Nebraska native. 1992, this week in Husker history.
But you want to tell? I'll tell you a Keith In Zone Jones story that really upset me greatly. So when Keith came to Nebraska, he was not always number 6. He was number 24. Guess who went out? Got a number 24 Nebraska jersey. got some patches. Sold a little Herbie Husker on the side. I mean, this was a legit. I made it into a cool jersey. And then what happens?
He switched up on
Keith In Zone Jones changes his number to number 6.
Number 6.
So I had a number 24 jersey, but it wasn't Keith.
I'm gonna get Keith on the show. We're gonna talk about that story. He broke your heart.
Thanks a lot, Keith. Man. I get it. Think I'm getting a Keith In Zone Jones jersey, and next guy I know, he's wearing number 6.
Keith In Zone Jones and his brother Lee Jones were good brothers. Are good brothers, man. 1992 this year, this week in Husker history. 1992. Gosh, that was my senior year in high school, dog.
92.
Wow.
1992. I was rocking a flat top.
Ooh.
Wearing wheels.
I know you were.
Oh, dude, I had a flat top.
So what? What is it? So it's
-1.
December of 90.
I was -1 years old.
You were -1.
All right, December of 92. So I'm celebrating a state championship. Were you?
Oh, you see how he
Shots
did me there?
fired.
You see how he did there?
Shots fired.
They okay. So who'd you lose to that year?
I don't know, some Lincoln High team.
Dude, I scored. I mean, let's be honest. I scorched Southeast in that game. I think I had 5 catches for 130 yards or something crazy like that. But you know what? At the end of the day, those catches mean nothing because they got the jewelry. So that's all that matters. Raff was like, good for you, AD. Kiss the ring, you commoner.
Yeah, that's weird to hear AD say that.
Kiss the ring. Oh,
that's weird. That's weird.
1992. Fortunate to be leading by a point at halftime, Nebraska dominates the final 30 minutes and beats Oklahoma 33-9 in Norman. 1997, Nebraska's national championship hopes take a hit as a seemingly comfortable lead at Colorado nearly evaporates in the final few minutes, with the Huskers holding on for a 27-24 win. I remember that game.
Yeah.
I was like, do not cough this up. Yeah. 2002. Here's when things get interesting. A 28-13 home loss to Colorado leaves Indy with its first losing record in the conference play in 34 years. Think about how sweet that'd be right now, but we'd be like, come on, man. 2007, all signs point to Bo Pelini as the coaching search nears a conclusion. 2012, not so good. Wisconsin runs over Nebraska in the Big Ten championship. Anybody remember that score?
Yep, it was a lot to a little.
70-31.
70-31. And here's the one to where, although I was scratching my head where I was like, okay, who is this? In 2017, all right, just 5 years ago this month, Mike Riley's firing becomes official, and Trent Bray takes over as interim head coach.
That's right. Trent Bray, the former linebacker coach at Oregon State that came with Mike Riley. And, I remember that. He ended up going back to Oregon State, where now Oregon State guys, they got a first. So
they putting in work now.
Here's something I would say. When Nebraska was looking for a head coach, I always went back to this. Oregon State went in the direction of a first-time head coach named Jonathan Smith. First time head coach, and he has them in the top 15, and they just beat Oregon.
Yeah,
I think they beat Oregon in a while.
Oregon State's ranked 12th in the country.
Think about that, man.
Oregon State.
So is Ty-John Lindsay still out? Yeah. Man, he's had a long career.
Yeah, he's there for a long time.
Dude, how long has he been playing college ball?
He's been there for a while. He's been there for a while.
Ain't he like a GA now?
I thought he was going to be like a 3 and out or whatever.
I thought he was going to be real. I remember where I was when Ty-John Lindsay decommitted from Ohio State, and all signs pointed that he was coming to Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
I remember where I was because he was a 5-star wideout from Bishop Gorman.
Yep.
And one of Tate Martell's teammates from the previous years. And Tate Martell, which if you don't know anything much about high school football on a national scale, Tate Martell was one of the best high school football players of all time. And then Tim Beck recruited him to go to Ohio State. That's where Tate Martell initially went before he transferred and went like 5 other places. So lot of Nebraska ties with players that either didn't pan out or are still playing.
Absolutely. Unknown texter 3764 AD. Organized soccer sets are very similar. Sets are very similar to basketball sets. A lot of the same concepts. I appreciate that because I'm learning a lot about volleyball through Rico. Rico, we joke, but all sincerity, I keep with you on Twitter, and when I'm watching the games, okay, what was that? What did that mean? I just know I know errors though when I see them serving errors. You just when we had 13 a couple nights ago, not against Wisconsin, but a couple matches before that, Ohio State is when we had 13 service errors. Just like you can't win games like that. So yeah, you guys, I want to hop in on some more sound bites, but just also new coaches we have. He's almost filled out his staff, and somebody I want to mention this too. Who said that? I want to make sure I say it. AD. We'll call it the break, but someone mentioned a good one. I want to make sure I get the name, but they mentioned you got to play Rule the World by Tears for Fears.
Yeah.
Tears for Fears.
Jake, that was Jake's song of the day yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of songs with the name Rule, so I like that, man. I like that. We're going to pay some bills.
Well, send us a break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global, Sandhills.jobs for Hills is looking to in sales and support, software development, and more. Sandhills has professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
The most innovative ag technology that exists today on display in one place at the Nebraska Ag Expo. Autonomous and robotic equipment, precision ag, commodity marketing gurus, and more. All in the brand new Innovation Hub at the Nebraska Ag Expo. Come check it out December 6th, 7th, and 8th at the Lancaster Event Center in Lincoln. Register online at nebraskaagexpo.com to get your tickets in advance and save $5. The Nebraska Ag Expo is sponsored by Farm Credit Services of America and Ag Direct.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and I'm back with Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, you said to me earlier you have a lot going on at the dealership. Can you tell our listeners about it?
Sure can, Charlie. As I've said before, if you don't see a vehicle on our lot that you're looking for, it's probably on its way soon.
Oh, how many new Hondas do you have in stock or on the way?
We have a total of over 325, Charlie, with a great selection of Pilots and Ridgelines in stock right now.
Well, we have been talking about the Honda of Lincoln way of buying cars for several months. How is that going?
People love it. We're buying all makes and models. Whether they, really, no hassle, and we will pay them cash on the same day.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is under new management, but has the same great service as before. If your current garage door seems outdated or isn't working properly, call their new number at 402-480-2840 to schedule service or get a new door ordered. Steve's can repair most types of garage doors and can always point you in the right direction to get the job done. Give Steve's Garage Doors and Services a call today at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840.
There's a lot that goes into buying a home. Security First Bank can help lighten the load. Whether you're looking for more space or a new place, we make the process easier with friendly, experienced mortgage lenders. And whether you're building new, modern, old, we have flexible financing too. Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 505011.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. It's football season, and that means you're tailgating with friends, or if you're like me, yelling at the TV during Vikings games. Trek CBD has a variety of products that help calm you down during the games, so don't scare my dog. But in the rare cases that I yell too much, there's CBD products for him, too, and all other pets. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Trek CBD has it all at 84th and Anderson. Trek CBD done right.
Imagine your next staff meeting. Now imagine your next staff meeting with a side of ribs. Your next client presentation, or that same client presentation with brisket and baked beans. It's better, right? Let Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul take care of all of your business catering needs. Feed the staff, cater your next event, whatever you need, Mary Ellen's can help. They can even host your events in their brand new event space located right next to the restaurant. Go see for yourself. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake, or online at maryellens.com. Let them fix you a plate.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
The Ticket Water Cooler with Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
He's probably the best coach at Temple history. I'm not trying to lower but the narrative that he took over a mess at Temple is not correct. They had 4 straight head coaches use Temple to get to a Power 5 job.
Well, he did it at Baylor. It was the first time a coach went from 11 losses to 11 wins in 2 seasons or less.
Sounds Scott Frosty. Don't give him one of those stats.
I'm just, that's an interesting stat.
Warhorse Casino Lincoln is open, and guests are winning big already. Get in on the fun at Nebraska's first casino. Try your luck on your favorite slot machines and join the Warhorse Rewards program for exclusive offers. The best is yet to come as we continue to build a world-class experience for our guests. Right off Highway 77 and West Denton. You'll always leave feeling like a winner at Warhorse Casino Lincoln.
Must be 21 or older to enter. Proper ID is required. Gambling problem? 1-833-BET-OVER.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 and the Ticket FM.
All right, we're back again. It's The Drive on 93.7. It's Wednesday.
All right, since we went back in history, I have to play this that happened 6 years ago today in the world of college football.
All right, here we go. 56-yarder. It's got, no, does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it in the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow.
9 years ago today.
The kick
That was 9 years ago already?
9 years. 2013. 9 years
There's
ago.
no way that was 9 years ago.
I also remember where I was for that.
The kick
I was in the Carlos O'Kelly's at North 27th Street watching the Iron Bowl.
You definitely weren't drinking a beer at age 9.
I was not. I would have been.
I was
12.
Raff's like I was.
I was in Douglas, Alabama.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Dude, that was probably the most exciting. That game was just insane. I'm thinking, okay, he might get a few yards. I'm like, he's about to take it to the house.
No, that was not a good spot to be in Douglas, Alabama.
I can't even imagine.
When the people you're watching the game with are big Alabama Crimson Tide fans.
Oh man.
And there was
it dead silent for a while? And then
silent,
the massive swearing,
blank stares. What the bleep just happened. It was crazy.
Would you rather lose like that or lose by 30?
Lose by 30.
I would rather lose by 30.
Yeah, I don't like losing like that, man.
Yeah,
I don't like losing, period, but definitely not like that. Not like that.
That's tough.
That would be rough to that'd be hard to ride with right there, dog. Anthony Messinio, one of our great listeners, good buddy. Yes, Kumo D. And Ryan Hutzel, we're just going back and forth. Me, him, and Nick. Hutzel's one of our great listeners. Well, Messino just sent me a picture. The LL hat under his front tire was classic because him and LL Cool J had a battle going on back then. And that's when we called them battle raps.
Yeah.
They didn't go out like today, and sometimes, unfortunately, they go out and put violence out there. They just battled on the wax. They just put it on the wax. Messino, that picture is classic, my man. There's still a lot going on, as we know, in Husker football. There's, like I said, we have different coaches that are coming in and out. Recruiting because remember back in October, we mentioned on this show, December 5th. We said November 5th and we said December 5th are going to be two crucial dates.
Yeah.
And some are like, well, what's the well, because December 5th, what happens, y'all?
Transfer portal opens up.
Let's ride.
Why is that? Play it.
Why, Raff?
Why?
It just is like,
no, it's not.
It's in my vocabulary.
Get it out.
You must be out your damn mind.
Get it out of your vocabulary. Because it's not done anything for Denver but make people mad and get coaches fired and Russell Wilson crazier.
True.
It's Russell time. Russell, shut up.
Russell, you're up 7. You're
Did you know Carson Wentz still has more touchdown passes than Russell Wilson this season?
I saw that.
There's Carson Wentz.
He hasn't played since
I saw
week
I saw
8?
Maybe preseason.
man, that's rough.
Yeah, it's
now I lost my train of thought, man. Yeah, we were talking about December 5th. The transfer portal is going to be big because I think we're already seeing. I mean, Twitter is just going nuts.
Yeah.
As far as this person's transfer portal. I mean, all over the country.
I was thinking too with that transfer portal also is like to the people that are going to the transfer portal.
Some of them better be careful.
I hope that you're doing your homework and that you're before you decide to go. Don't make that snap decision. Make sure you have a plan going into it because there's so many players that get lost in the transfer portal. Don't give up a free education just because you didn't give something a chance.
Well, and think about this, Raff and Nick. Some of those guys in the transfer portal, they're gonna be looking at them like, "Yeah, not interested."
Yeah.
Then when you come crawling back home?
Nope.
And right now, in this wild west of college sports right now, in particular football, like you said, Raff, you better do your homework.
Yep.
You better do your homework because you might be looking for home and once you hit the portal, they're gonna say, "Okay, that's fine. We can go to the portal too and replace you."
Yep, exactly. All right, well, throw it to break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's easy. You're texting with friends. Products to help calm me down. In other case, I yell too much. There's CBD products for him too, and all other pets. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Trek CBD has it all at 84th and Andrew. Trek CBD done right.
In today's day and age, people are trying to do more and more projects by themselves. That might be better on the wallet, but it can also lead to painful sounds like this. Ow! Poor guy, trying to do wiring all by himself. Let's have another list. It's just not worth it. Don't hurt yourself or make things worse than they are already. For any of your electric needs, call Joe at Ambition Electric today at 402-217-3415 or go to ambitionelectric.com.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
You spend a lot of time on your feet. At work, at the gym, on the golf course, it can be exhausting. Are your feet as comfortable as they could be? Brown Shoe Fit delivers all the sizes and widths that you can imagine and that most other stores can't compete with. If you're looking for a specific brand, they have it. New Balance, Brooks, Keen, Clarks, Echo, Rockport, Merrill, many more. All sizes, all widths. Stop trying to squeeze into your shoes and sacrificing comfort. Find your next pair of shoes for any endeavor at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call text 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Tractor Supply Distribution Center in Waverly is having a hire event this Friday, December 2nd, and Saturday the 3rd. Stop by between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Friday or from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday to learn more about their opportunities for your next career. Interviews will be conducted both days. Wages grow up to $20 per hour. Make plans to attend Friday or Saturday at 12851 Dover Street in Waverly. And if you can't make it, you can always apply at tractorsupply.jobs or text Tractor DC to 25000. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello. Let's go. Let's go. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
All right, we're back again. It's The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket with AD and Mr. Raff.
Like, bro, you sleep?
And we've almost made it through another show today. Oh boy.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Raff.
Thank you.
Mr. Raff.
Thank you.
You're highly spectacular, Mr. Raff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Raff.
I appreciate it.
Has he seen your hat?
No, he has not.
Well.
Giving a shout out to our boy Panda.
Panda.
That's our homeboy's name. His real name is Panda. He's always, he just cracks up. He calls Raff Mr. Raff. Thank you, Mr. Raff. Thank you, Mr. Raff. I'm like, where's Raff's dad at up in the piece, man?
And then that's what he does, Rico. That's what he does. Thank you, Mr. Raff.
Callie Machine.
Panda.
Jury A4 says, morning, gents. When Rhule was at Baylor, it's Baylor. Nebraska can recruit better than Baylor, period. Rhule will be able to recruit better players with Nebraska resources. Don't understand how that is hard to comprehend. It is not hard to comprehend whatsoever at all. Not hard to comprehend. And I think with that new facility we got built, first of all, I'm going to say this. Facilities are nice, but our big bro, Tyrone Hughes, mentioned that a few months. Players don't come to schools because of facilities. They come because you're winning.
Yep.
And you can think about this. If it was down to facilities, Oregon would be out-recruit everybody every year. If it came down to uniforms, Oregon would recruit. Now, they're always up there, but Oregon also is relevant and they win. You have to win. All of those things. I'm going to bring it back to Thanksgiving today. Being the last day of November, y'all. It's November 30th. Last day of this month. So I'll say one thing more about Thanksgiving. You can have the turkey, and nothing wrong if you don't eat turkey. But if you don't have the turkey, you just got, cranberries and peas and green beans or whatever. It's like you're kind of missing something. I don't care.
I could live without the turkey. Just give me the dressing.
The dressing. Okay. You like the dressing?
Oh, it's amazing.
You like the dressing.
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
Potato.
But eventually, you got to shoot the bird.
Got to shoot the bird.
You got to have some athletes, man. You got to have, that's right. You got to have the athletes. So, Jory, I agree with you. You got to out recruit those things. We definitely need to get that done. And Scott 10-2 says taco bar.
Taco bar.
We didn't have a taco bar. We didn't have one.
Would you? Oh yeah. Tell us what you did real fast, man.
We had various dips, and we had sliders, sliders, and we had
many fine dips and sliders.
It was a very good Thanksgiving.
Salsa? But most importantly, did you have a good time?
Oh, we had a great time.
That's what matters.
We had a great time.
That's what matters. Folks, it is the last day of November. You know what? There's another Thanksgiving that was gone, and we're getting into December. We'll have crazy things. So whatever you do today, as we always say, it's your attitude, your choice. Raff, take us home, my man.
Make someone smile today, and we will talk to you tomorrow. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Thank you, Mr. Raff.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. It's football season, and that means you're tailgating with friends, or if you're like me, yelling at the TV during Vikings games. Trek CBD has a variety of products that help calm you down.